Well, hello, this is lesson 139. This is another one that you will have to get the PDF off the classroom site and then do it on your own paper because you do not have the blue copy of this one. So number one, Khalib is studying the book Evolution of Pioneers for 4 weeks, and he studied how to camp in the wilderness for 3 weeks, and then he researched the Pacific Northwest's best campsites 2012 for 3 days. So how many days did he spend studying his materials? So how many days did he study? So he did this one book for 4 weeks, and he studied another book for 3 weeks, and then he did 3 days. So the problem I've got right now is I've got weeks and days. So I have to remember that there are 7 days in a week. So if he did 4 weeks, that would be 28 days for the pioneers, and the 3 weeks on camping in the wilderness would be 21 days, and then he's got 3 days. So we've got 28, 21, and 3 days. Altogether is 52 days of studying his materials. Number 2. At an amusement park, a group of 1,355 people want to ride the roller coaster. And each car on the roller coaster holds 12 people. This is going to be a long line. How many people will be in the partially full car? So we've got 12 people fitting in each roller coaster car, and we've got 1,355 of them. So how many cars is this going to be? If we did 100 cars of 12 people each, that would be 1,200 people riding. Let's see, we could do another 10 cars of 12 people each. That would leave us with 35 people left. Let's see, we could do, well, 3 times 12 is 36, so I can't do that. 2 more cars of 12 would be 24 people, and that leaves us with 11 people left. So what we're saying here is that 112 cars carried all the people except for 11. These 11 people are left, and they're going to get on that last car. The 113th car will only have 11 people. Number 3. 8 and 9100ths plus 5 and 3/10. What might trip you up here is that the decimals have to be lined up. So even though it looks like we'd want to put the 3 under the 1, we need to keep the 1s under the 1s. And since it's 8 1s and 5 1s, get the decimals here, everything in the same place. And if we take the 5.3 away from this, we'll know what we would add to 5.3 to get to 8 and 9100ths. So since there's nothing here, there are no hundredths, so I'll put a 0. And then 1 minus 0 was 1. And it's really easy after that, right? So 3 and 61 hundredths. And I could always double check that by adding 3 and 61 hundredths plus 5 and 3/10 is 8 and 91 hundredths, which is what I wanted to be at. Okay, number 4, we are plotting points, and hopefully you remember that when you plot points, the first point is always the one that goes horizontally, and the second one goes vertically. So let's see if I can zoom in a little. So this first one is 5, 4. It means we go over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is point 5, 4. The next one is over 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 0. So it is just going to sit right here on the line. That is 3, 0, that point there. 2, 2 means over 2 up 2. So that is 0.22. Over 0 up 1. We're going to be on the other line, on the y-axis. See the y-axis, x-axis. Well, let's do x first and then y. So that is 0, 1. And my last one is over 4 up 3. Here's 4 up 3. So 4, 3 is that point there. So that's how you plot points. If you remember the first one's always horizontal and the second one's always vertical, you should always be able to find your points. Number 5, evaluate the expression in the simplest form. When you see evaluate, really they mean solve. They want to know what it equals. So I know I'm going to keep my denominator the same when I'm adding fractions, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6's, which makes 30. So I could say this is 30 over 7. It's usually not what people call simplest form. So this is 30 divided by 7, and there are 4 7's in 30 with 2 left over. So 4 and 2 7's would be simpler. And I think that is, in fact, simplest. All right, there you go. There is lesson 139.